Hello. After a wonderful indoor celebration of Rogation last Sunday, today is the Feast of the Ascension. It always falls on a Thursday, 10 days before Pentecost. Though it comes toward the end of Eastertide, the Ascension is most closely related in meaning to Christmas. At Christmas, we celebrate the Incarnation, God's becoming flesh and living among us, the divine become human. What we say today is that what was begun at Christmas is brought full circle and proclaimed again in a different way at the Ascension. At the Incarnation, at Christmas, what it means to be God became fully a part of what it means to be a human being. In Jesus, the human and the divine become united in the person and life of one man. That's Christmas. At the Ascension, this human being, the person and the resurrected body of Jesus, became for all eternity a part of who God is. The life of a single individual human being is forever joined in the life of God the Father, the one who created the heavens and the earth. It's important to remember that it was not the spirit of Jesus or the essence of Jesus or the divine nature of Jesus or the invisible part of Jesus or the idea of Jesus or anything like that that ascended to the Father. It was the resurrected body of Jesus, a body that the disciples had touched, a body that ate and drank with them, a real physical but gloriously resurrected body, bearing the marks of nails and a spear. This is what ascended. This is what now and forever is a living, participating part of God. The Ascension changed who God is. The Ascension, along with the Incarnation, is here to tell us that it's a good thing to be a human being. Indeed, it's a wonderful and an important and a holy thing to be a human being. It's such an important thing that God did it. Even more, the fullness of God now includes what it means to be a human being. The experience, the reality, and the stuff of being a person is so valuable that God made it a part of God's life. This Sunday is Youth and Children's Sunday here at Trinity, and to our children and youth, the Ascension means that God knows what it's like to be a kid, that it can be hard, that sometimes there's success, sometimes there's failure, but kids do great things and teach big people a lot about how to love with abandon. To our youth, the Ascension means that the 12-year-old Jesus who was left behind in the temple and tested his independence is a part of God's nature. God knows what you go through. To parents, the Ascension means in some way that Jesus, though he did not raise children, raises that part of the human experience to God's nature as well. God knows those trials. And God knows the longing we share as the body of believers to express in authentic ways to children and youth that they're loved and cherished by a God who loves them even more than we do. We strive to share the sacred story here with genuine love and wisdom, and also equip parents to do that holy work at home throughout the week. If it was ever true, it's not true now that kids will get it somewhere else. The world will not show them Jesus' love. I know that, and your vestry knows that. And we stepped out last year in calling Jean Foster as a part-time staff person to lead our ministry to children and youth. So when we approach God, when we consider God, and when we try to share our lives with God, it's important to remember that we're dealing with one who remembers and who does not just know abstractly what our lives are like. God remembers what it is like to hurt and to laugh, to pray and to hunger, to be lost and afraid, to celebrate and to mourn. God remembers what it's like to live and what it's like to die. God knows this, and because God knows this in the only way that really matters, he knows it as far as relationship is concerned. God knows because God has been there. God has broken into our lives, and we give thanks that God, through the life, death, resurrection, and ascension of Jesus, knows us and is with us and is for us. We give thanks for all our children and youth and for all they do around this place. And we thank our parents for being part of this village and working with one another to ensure that this next generation catches the faith that we've been given and is alert to the God breaking into their lives. It takes us all. And this day, more than any other, reminds us of that. So happy Ascension Day. I hope you can be with us this Youth Sunday and the next, which is Pentecost. See you soon.